White Claws? White Claws. There's fantasy touts out here drinking White Claws? You guys, they put lighter fluid in a can and called it a White Claw, and people are slurping it up. People who shall not be named are out here drinking White Claws as if they're the bride-to-be at their bachelorette party in Miami. How can you trust these touts with such questionable palates? Ain't no laws when you're drinking White Claws. Guys, I've seen these matchup columns, and it's more like too many flaws when you're drinking White Claws. You see, here at the Swolecast, the preeminent DFS show in the entire industry, we drink a superior beverage. A beverage with 1 less gram of carbohydrates per can. A true nectar of the gods. That's right, we drink Truly here on the Swolecast. You see, Truly is behind everything we do here at the Swolecast. We do not give out a single pick without consuming at least 6 of these bad boys.
I've actually somehow managed, I don't know how, completely random, have managed to do a different flavor each time. We've had mango, we've had passion fruit, we've had orange, we've had grapefruit, and now we're on lemon. And let me tell you, lemon's pretty good.
Truly is the fuel to our proprietary projection system and forecasting tool, Truly Blitzed, trademark, and we have the receipts to prove it.
And then you played Vance McDonald's in tournament because Old McDonald had a phone. Yeah. Yeah.
This is one for the ages.
Finds McDonald, and he takes it in for a Steelers touchdown.
Look, guys, we're drawing a line in the sand. You're either on Team White Claw or you're on Team Truly. It's the Week 3 Swolecast. Let's get Truly blitzed.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Week 3 Swolecast here on RotoGrinders.com. I'm David Kitchen, joined by Dan Gaspar, a.k.a. Mr. Total 05, a.k.a. the star of last week's show. I don't even know how to respond to that except this right here.
Standing up.
Are you going to stand up or no? I mean,
I won't be standing.
Wow, no standing.
I did stand after Vance McDonald scored his second touchdown though.
I didn't even see that one when it happened. And
David's
then
under protest right now. Did not like your call. I thought we'd be fired. I didn't think we'd be here today. And literally everybody said that they liked it, except for like 1 or 2 people. And they were like, "This is the worst Swolecast ever." And I'm like, "Yes." Someone.
Yeah, you wanted people to say it was bad, and then you were so mad.
I wanted to be gone. I was like this because I was babysitting you last week.
We had people commenting my takes were still better than yours, which is 100% true.
Yeah, there's one. Also said that you were the white girl version of Fantasy Shane.
Yeah, it looked like somebody with the name Soccer Dave said that one.
It doesn't matter. Still happened on the YouTube thing. Peter, you
Oh my god. This is my first sip of Truly. I saved it for on camera and it is truly awful.
No, hey, yo. It is really bad, but the lemon's actually like the best one. So you're ruining yourself from the beginning because that's the best.
This is the best one?
It goes downhill from there.
Oh boy. Someone changed my backdrop here. I'm canceling this partnership. Goodness.
I didn't see I like the backdrop. That's nice.
Never had it before?
No.
It's not good.
Wow.
All right. Do you like the others like seltzer waters though?
I mean, I like seltzer.
If you don't like the like LaCroix or bubbly, then you're not going to like Truly.
All right, but I introduced this video that I was on Team Truly mainly because I want to be opposite of Silva, who is dead to us. He's dead to all of us, and we're Team Truly. So I'm just gonna, bitter beer face this. I'm gonna get it down just for the squad.
there you go.
You gotta go through that whole pack on the show, right?
The best part was Dan not figuring out that he had a variety pack and saying that it was so random. But
I'm even more impressed that you were able to do that.
Dude, variety packs typically only have like 3 different flavors, not 7.
All right. Davis, how was your week last week? With all the different shenanigans going on, how was your week last week?
I got absolutely wrecked. I played a lot of Big Ben Juju stacks in tournaments, and I played Ben Roethlisberger in cash games. So it was a pretty classic week where I was figuring out my swaps at halftime of the noon games, and my swap was 25 points better than the Raiders trio. And it didn't even come close to mattering. I still just got destroyed.
And you almost got, it would have been even better if you got that Mecole Hardman.
Yeah, I almost got 35 points from Mecole Hardman. And I'll be honest with you, the rest of my team was in such a state that I don't know if I would have gotten there with 35 from Hardman.
Honestly, don't know who won last week, like in cash games. Like I had
Dink did. Dink, I'm like tilting in our private chat, and Dink's like, "Oh, you didn't just run the optimal; it's cashing everything."
Oh yeah,
he ran that as one of his 10 lineups.
I was about to say. He was like,
he only ran 3 guys.
he was bragging in our chat. He was like, "Lineup 3 had a 30% ROI." I promise you, that's what he said. 30% ROI for lineup 3. I don't know how to respond to that. It's a new week this week.
Hang on, Dave. Real quick, though, I do need to say something to you. I saw on Twitter, felicidades en su nuestro trabajo.
Ah, gracias.
Yeah. ¿Qué pasa?
Oh, mucho gracias.
No bueno.
I got a...
no comprende.
Yeah,
there we go.
No comprende. No good. No good, no understand. I got an interesting offer for a Spanish teacher via LinkedIn this week. So, listen, I was on the Swolecast with you Yahoos last week. This is probably my last one before I join, how do you say Swolecast in Spanish, Peter?
I think this is Los Swolecast now.
Los Swolecast, all right.
Last week was Truly Blitz. This week, Los Swolecast.
Isn't it L because we're all men?
Yes, but Los is plural men.
Oh, you said Los. Okay. I thought you were saying La. My bad.
If you don't know, Tuttle, I studied abroad in Spain, and that's why I know his name is JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
I did hear that on the broadcast.
Is JJ Arcega-Whiteside a low or a high T player, Peter?
Arcega.
Hang on, say it right,
his name
Davis,
right.
And then I'll answer.
Is JJ Arcega-Whiteside a high T or a low T player?
He's very low T because you drafted 0 RB. No, he's high T. He's high T because
it means you went 10 running backs to start your draft.
Yeah, you had to max out your fab on JJ. And you get the list for added low T bonus.
All right. Let's transition to the week 3 overview. Tuttle, what do you got for week 3?
I like Arizona.
Oh God, people are gonna be so.
I'm chalk. I know
not
it.
Just chalk, but like a sober Tuttle who recommends the chalk is like
who recommends the chalk with one sentence too, like not even like this is a good matchup. They did well against the blah blah blah.
No, they won't even beat chalk though.
Yeah. I think just Fitzgerald. Just Fitzgerald.
No. Yeah, just Fitz. Kyler, quarterback's never chalk.
Kirk will be owned.
Well, good. Don't play him and play Bird instead.
We got
that's the pants off move anyway.
You got some narrative street with that.
How is it possible that I touted the Kyler Demir Bird stack in week 1 and people were like, is Demir Bird even like on the team?
Davis, again, remember what I said. Whenever you tout the truly terrible players, they don't go off until weeks later. And
Demir Bird had 11 targets in that first game.
He did not have 11
what are you
targets.
talking about, dude?
He did not have 11 targets in the first game.
Yeah, he had 7, but that's close. 7, 11.
He set 7-11. Yeah.
It's close. Four receptions plus 7 targets equal 11. Maybe that's how you got it. I don't know.
I was just going to say he's 5th in the league in routes run right now, which is pretty absurd.
And he's playing against his old team.
Oh, huge revenge game.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't even know about the narrative.
Yeah. In fact, I'll give a shout out to whoever were up in our mentions about that. He was the first one this morning.
Sounds like a
little
great
Uzi
shout-out.
4 verts.
Yeah, little Uzi 4 vert. That's who it was. All right. Davis, what's your overview for the week?
Well, it's just another week where cash games on DraftKings, it's a tough scene because
Miserable.
Yeah, it's just like everyone you're going to play against is going to have minimum one Ezekiel Elliott, Christian McCaffrey. Everyone is going to play Larry Fitzgerald, Nelson Aguilar, and Keenan Allen against you in cash games. So your differentiators are going to be quarterbacks, your choice of tight end, and whether or not you want to put yourself in a coffin by fading the Patriots or Cowboys defense. It's a very good week if you like to play a lot of cash games to maybe do half your action in cash and half in tournaments and try and find some avenues to get weird because there's really going to be a concentrated level of ownership in DK cash games.
I've heard that the people that create multiple cash game lineups have small shoe sizes. That's what I've heard.
Well, I mean, I'm only going to play one team. I got a lot of T cells.
I don't know if T cells equal big shoes.
No, isn't it or no, that's the T zone. I don't even know what T cells are.
All right. Well,
this was so much more fun when I was wasted.
I know. I gotta catch up here.
All right. Let's just focus on quarterback. We'll open up DraftKings in a second. Davis just mentioned multiple quarterbacks. Peter, who are the quarterbacks you're looking at this week?
All right, because Tuttle already got this is Cardinals week, and that's my take too. So I'm going to have to go on full Davis mode here just to one up the takes and say there's only one option at quarterback this week, and his name is Kyler Murray. And you're a fish because of anyone else.
I love it.
Anybody else is drawing dead.
That's right. I'm just.
Yeah, all the people who stood up for Dante Pettis in my mentions look like total geniuses right now, Dan.
Drawing dead. He is drawing dead.
He is drawing dead? Yeah.
He is officially drawing dead.
So I was right.
Well, yeah. But not because
David, there's no other way to frame this.
Yeah,
I was right.
Just take the L. Just take the L and move on.
Only because we were trying to get inside the head of Kyle Shanahan by thinking he was trying to motivate his player, and really it's not what it was at all.
Dante Pettis has as many pass attempts as he does targets after 2 weeks.
What I think happened is I think when they cut Jordan Matthews, it really hurt Dante Pettis' value.
Yeah. Davis with a great call there. Kittle also tearing it up right now.
He's a great play this week though.
He is.
I agree. Tuttle, who are some of the quarterbacks you're looking at?
So we have a 4K Kyle Allen. I mean, why are you giving me this when you want to talk about cheap quarterbacks?
I am waiting for you guys to bring it up.
4K Kyle Allen on DraftKings, 6K Daniel Jones on FanDuel. I mean, this is the week of the cheap quarterback for sure.
And yeah, let's talk about DraftKings for a second. Kyle Allen at 4K. Again, he's on the road against Arizona. Isn't his buddy Kyler Murray? Isn't that another narrative street? Didn't they go to Tech together?
Texas A&M? Yeah, they did. They were there. I believe that Kyler was the guy who replaced him when he got injured.
So there you go. It's like another Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield situation going on with a Texas team. But no, he's 4K. You've seen his highlights, which I'm glad people are tweeting out his highlights because, like, any quarterback, I feel like you could put together a string of highlight tweets that make them, like, look good. But what's your opinion on playing him, Davis, this week?
Feels pretty unnecessary. I guess if the thing you're trying to do is stack that game in a creative way and you do Kyle Allen, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Larry Fitzgerald, like David Johnson, like that's probably a combination that's going to be very low, and that combination allows you to have access to Ezekiel Elliott, Travis Kelce, Christian McCaffrey. Just for Allen would have to he has to get like 20, right? For that to be like a GPP level play, and I don't know if he's getting 20.
I'm gonna stalker Dave this one. I actually don't think it's like that egregious in cash games to go Kyle Allen. Like this is the spot where you'd want to do it just a pure volume perspective with pace of play in this game.
Yeah, if Stafford can do it, Kyle Allen can do it.
Right, he's only 4K. I mean, it kind of just depends on the build that Davis basically gave away the chalk cash game build on DraftKings. And so basically it's if you want to, how much you want to spend at defense, I think is what it is basically what Kyle Allen is going to do.
Up at defense, as we saw last week. Peter, you should have had like 1,000% Patriots defense.
Oh, no, I did, dude. Big T play there. Just mashed him in everywhere. Think about the Kyle Allen thing though, right? I mean, the Cardinals, the Panthers are top 3 of the league right now in, uncatchable targets. Like if Cam was coming into this game at 4,000, think about how excited everyone would be to play him. Kyle Allen's probably better than Cam Newton right now. So we should probably be pretty excited about Kyle Allen in this game environment.
He's not wrong.
Maybe I'm overlooking him. I mean, I've played like Kevin Hogan before. Kyle Allen's probably better than Kevin Hogan or Deshaun Kaiser or whatever. Like, does Kyle Allen run at all? That's what we got to look for. I'm looking it up on a college football reference.
Dave's
right
the
now.
one that has seen the highlight tapes. Dave, does he run?
He does not run.
There were just like throws to Curtis, long throws to Curtis Samuel in the preseason. That's pretty much what it looked like. But people are like, this is the guy that you're getting this week.
Why are they not starting Will Grier?
Because Will Grier can't hit the broadside of a barn. He is a definite miss this year.
So
no, Hermsmeyer said he was good, bro.
He might be good on the buy low air yards thrown model, but
maybe.
So on DraftKings, basically what Kyle Allen gets you, he unlocks the 3 expensive running back construction is basically what he unlocks.
Allen and cash.
Which seems not too bad. I mean,
if you play Allen and you play Nelson Aguilar, you can pretty much do what you want.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's one of the other kind of stories from this week is the Eagles. Just the effect that they're like this week's, they're going to be like this week's Raiders, basically. With Aguilar and Ertz being mega tough.
Except, the Eagles actually are like good at scoring points and have like a good team total, and Nelson Aguilar had 11 targets and a touchdown last week.
What can go wrong with recommending Nelson Aguilar? Nothing.
Yeah,
he sucks, but he's better than Darren Waller and Josh Jacobs.
He's better than Darren Waller?
No, I don't think he's better than either skill-wise.
No.
Aguilar is an easy cash play, and he's an easy tournament fade.
Yeah, no, you just play Arcega Whiteside in all those lineups instead, for sure. I agree.
Or Devin Smith.
Devin Smith, or they're like, okay, I gotta pull DraftKings up. There's one other. No. Holland seems like the low T play.
Preston Williams.
Yeah, people are gonna play Parker at 4,000, right?
Preston Williams and Parker, they got a new quarterback.
Devontae Parker is actually on the buy low. You stole it, Davis. You stole it.
He had 138 air yards last week and 0 receiving yards. I don't know how those inputs work in the buy low air yards model, but I know that those are the inputs.
He's gonna have to do the same thing for him that he did with Benjamin, where he's just redacted in the thing going forward.
My terrible take was I think James Washington is another one of those playable wide receivers. Though, is this shower narrative thing that Levitan's pushing gonna make Washington like 8%?
This is out of control though, because James. So when Mason Rudolph came into the game last week, James Washington only had 1 target. Like 4 or 5 guys had more targets than him. Deontay Johnson had 3 targets when he came in. I don't know. This James Washington thing seems like it's getting a little out of control. Sorry, Levitan, but you suck.
All right, here's my question. You got Kansas City and Baltimore. Again, a tough matchup kind of on paper, what people are going to be thinking about. Like, is anyone going to play Patrick Mahomes even like in tournaments? Like, it just feels like
it's tough. Like, I bet he'll be under He'll be under whatever he was last week. I'll say that for sure.
Like he and Lamar are going to be under-owned in tournaments this week.
Wait, hold up. Davis is on record saying Patrick Mahomes is going to be lower owned against Baltimore than he was against the Raiders.
He was. Well, I mean, the total's the same.
Well, Davis, he's saying
do people really weigh matchups that heavy still?
Does defense matter?
I'm being honest. I literally don't look at that stuff at all anymore. I mean, Josh was right, bro. Like, there's just no way around it.
High team total. Smash him.
It's like team total and touches. I don't know. But
we have Mahomes 9% on DraftKings, which honestly I think is probably a bit high. And what do we have him for on? 8% on FanDuel.
And it just seemed like last week everyone was super excited about the stacks with him. Everyone was excited about Sammy, Kelsey. This week, Sammy's coming off of the dud, so people I don't think are as excited about the stack options unless people are chasing DeMarcus Robinson.
Last week, Cincinnati got destroyed, and they're playing Josh Allen this week. Dak Prescott and Tom Brady in two just record blowout games. Are you going to consider them in cash, Davis? Because I've seen some projections that really like them both. We saw Brady.
I'll be honest. I am backing off a little bit on Ezekiel Elliott relative to our projections at Daily Roto have Elliott by far the number one. I think he's like 1.2 points over Christian McCaffrey. But I don't know, man. I can kind of feel like 12 Tony Pollard carries coming in here.
Do you have them up?
I can pull them up.
Just curious what you have for his rush share.
So I know that Michael moved it to off of our baseline. So I know in our projections they moved Pollard over his baseline and Ezekiel Elliott under his baseline, but we have Miami as giving up so many yards per touch,
so bad.
that it kind of doesn't matter.
Another thing about Zeke too is, how confident are we with his pass game role? He has 4 targets through 2 games. Last year he was averaging 6 targets a game. If he's splitting work with Pollard in the second half or whatever, and he's not getting targets, that feels like a trap.
Yeah.
It feels like a trap until he gets 12 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
In the first quarter.
So going back to the quarterback discussion, though, Davis, would you play either of those quarterbacks in cash?
You can't do it on DraftKings. I obviously I'm not as familiar with the salary cap constraints on FanDuel. I would assume that it's probably too tight.
Probably play them more on DraftKings than you could on FanDuel.
Yeah, so I just don't see a realistic, and don't get me wrong, those guys are clearly the best quarterback plays of the week, but, I think I would rather take Kyler's 20 than Dak, than Mahomes' 22.
Yeah. I just was curious because last week we talked about the Patriots, and I don't think they care about blowouts. I think they're going to continue to throwing the ball. And maybe
they got that loser Antonio Brown. They got a target when they're up 40 now.
Gotta keep everyone happy. All right. Last take before we open up DraftKings and build a lineup. Jameis. I've seen some Jameis love.
Gotta. If you don't have Jameis, Evans, Howard stuff in your tournaments this week, DFS might not be for you. You might want to go buy mutual funds or something.
No Godwin.
He's so cheap now. Yeah, Jameis is.
I know last week Tuttle would be really excited about Jameis's price. Isn't he?
No.
Nope.
A lot cheaper.
Oh, Godwin is 6,900.
Godwin's the guy.
It's Godwin. It's Godwin. I knew it was, yeah.
Jameis is 73. On FanDuel.
Yeah.
E-I-E-I-O.
And I owe you 4. All right. Let's just move on to DraftKings lineup construction. Tuttle, you go first.
You know my Kyler take, but I'm going to drop the R.
Kyle?
Whoa.
Yeah, let's go with Kyle Allen with this lineup.
Oh boy, pants are off here at the RotoGrinders studios. All right, Davis?
Well, let's just go DJ Moore then. DJ Moore, by the way, might be the best play. If Kyle Allen is even good at all, DJ Moore is like the best play this week.
You think Moore over Curtis Samuels?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Oh, it was pretty obvious, pretty easy.
Doesn't he have like 10 more targets than Samuel does?
This is like a different quarterback. And they both both we got like a 2-game sample size.
I mean, we got like a 20-year sample size of DJ Moore being better than Curtis Samuel is, and that's no slight to Curtis Samuel. DJ Moore is just really good.
All right, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to have to straitjacket me to prevent me from just putting tons of Cardinals so in any of these lineups, so this works out well. I'm going to take the $100 discount, the ownership discount on the Fitz versus Kirk, and get Christian Kirk in here bringing it back.
Love the bring back.
All right. I'm going to go.
Yeah, I think this is our third week in a row playing Christian Kirk, by the way.
And you know what? Last week was a very nice week.
He was on the buy low air yards model.
We could, yeah. I'm sure if Silva was on the show, he would be all about Fitzgerald. But he's not.
Fitz is awesome.
Fitz is just the utter stone chalk, so it's just like Kirk is the much better tournament play.
Yeah, now that there's a younger guy here, better looking guys, we're going to play younger, better looking plays. So that's just what we're going to do.
All right. He might be very chalky this week, but with the game stack going Christian McCaffrey.
I like it.
He's going to get like 20 targets this week with Kyle Allen. All right. Tuttle?
I mean, you should probably just play David Johnson then.
No, don't. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
68.
So close to being nice.
I know that you like that price, Tuttle. All right.
Seriously, though, I mean, Davis already said it, but David Johnson is like the play of this game in tournaments. If you're trying to find like a low owned guy of that Cardinals offense.
And he left early last week, so it's just like his route run numbers don't like look as good because Chase Edmonds ran a bunch of them, but like a big explosion game. I mean, he's already had one explosion game this year. He's just such a good play.
I know, but I have also seen multiple projections having him in the top 3 as far as value goes. I don't think he's going to be that under-owned.
Yeah, RG has him at 13%. That sounds about right.
That's fine. That's behind what? That's behind C-Mac, Elliott, Eckler, Cook.
Yep, and then Carson and
Saquon
and Mac. Yep. Who is it?
Do I get to go now? Evan Ingram at tight end? Tight end, I don't know, man. I think
that Ingram game last week was tilting.
Well, thank God we don't have to watch that loser Eli Manning anymore. My life feels so blessed with him out of it now.
David had, I don't know if I want to say this. David actually had a pretty good tweet.
Oh man.
About Daniel Jones and how have we ever seen something go from like everybody was just laughing hysterically at how overdrafted he was, and then now everybody's like, oh, he's the best. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't think he's the best, but it's really hard for him to be worse than Eli.
I'll tell you the last time that happened, Tuttle. Josh Allen. Everybody loves Josh Allen now.
Fair point.
It's the Twitter time-lapse feature is what I requested.
I like it.
Making fun of someone tonight. All right, Peter.
So I think we can eat some chalk in this lineup now. I'm going to go with a running back in our flex who's still way underpriced in Austin Eckler.
Yeah. He is the best play of the week. He should be played over David Johnson in these lineups.
Well, you can play
in cash game lineups, yeah.
I just think in every lineup, I think Eckler is shit. I mean, this is a cash game lineup, obviously, but
fair point.
But I think Eckler is just like, I think he's gonna get a little underrated this week by like people are like, oh, he fumbled on the goal line and such. Dude, he is a smash again.
Pretty easy to end this lineup if you want to go Patriots chalk defense.
Well, if you go Patriots, then is that
Arcega?
No, that's Devin Smith's price range right there.
Yeah. I like that.
How many people are going to play a $4,300 defense? Like
okay, like man, you have to in tournaments. If you are playing, like I don't care what's happened the first 2 weeks. I don't care how bad Miami is. Like if you play the Cowboys defense in tournaments, you might be a fish. You might.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Dan, I needed you to drop the RotoGrinders branded. You're just gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lose. My bad.
Might be a fish. You hedged at the end.
You might be a fish. You might.
It's just like, it's the ultimate fear-based decision making. We're like, oh, but if this happens, then I'm going to get wiped out. Like, it literally is so fear-based.
I mean, the Cowboys haven't even had that strong of a pass rush this season either. Like, I mean, I know it's the Dolphins. I know they're probably going to get sacks, turnovers, whatever, But
so at 4,300 at a defense, like they really, not once, they got to score twice, really.
Yeah, if you want to win tournaments, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't even know how unique of a construction it will be because people are going to be jamming in those Nelson Aguilar teams.
All right. Let's move on to running back. By the way, RotoGrinders has an awesome tool called Gridiron IQ that we just rolled out. It's going to save you all those tabs that you have open from all the different sites. So hit it up. It's going to be free until next week, I think like the 27th. So you just go there and look for it, search for it. It's in the tools menu. We've got the running back position up and we've got Christian McCaffrey is going to be just the ultimate chalk. Davis, you're on record saying Zeke is not going to meet his expectation.
Nope. I just don't know if I'm going to play the team on DraftKings that everyone else is going to play where you have Ezekiel Elliott and Christian McCaffrey. I think I'm likely to choose between one of the two of them and then try and play Austin Eckler and Dalvin Cook.
Okay. And then
I'm curious, what do we have for Dalvin Cook ownership?
He has him at 18%.
Because when I filled out the expert survey on RotoGrinders earlier this week, let me go and bring that up real quick. We had like favorite cash game options. I think I was the only one not to answer Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, he's going to be popular.
He's definitely going to be popular, although I'm just working on this team right now, and my team still doesn't work with these three running backs. So Damian, get your knee healthy. LaShawn, give your ankle a week, and let everyone celebrate.
You just want to play Darwin, man.
Yeah, let everyone celebrate Darwin Thompson week in their own special way.
Do you think people will not play him?
No, I would like to lock a dude in 500 lineups and just like know that I don't have to worry about that.
Sharp. All right. Let's talk about some other low price running backs you might want to play, starting with Miles Sanders' title.
I thought you were going to tell me a running back we wanted to play.
No, I hate to say it, but this is actually a good play from Dave. This is actually good.
No, I'm not saying it's a play. I'm saying you might want to play it. It's not saying you want.
Why might we want to play him?
All right, Davis, you go ahead. You tell him.
Shout out my boy Ben Gretsch and his high value touches. He leads the Eagles backfield in the high value touches, which is receptions or targets plus touches inside the 10-yard line. He's played more snaps than Sproles and Howard. And I actually think that all of the wide receiver injuries kind of play into his favor because it's more likely that Sproles would be used out wide in the slot as opposed to out of the backfield. And I think they realize Jordan Howard's just, he's dead weight at this point.
Okay, so let's go ahead here and bring week 2. Let's see. Philadelphia. Let's go ahead. Okay, there they are. Let's go see Darren Sproles. Let's see how many slot snaps Darren Sproles
he didn't, but they got a week of practice now.
Okay, he had 1 slot snap last.
Yeah. But it's not like he can't do it.
I feel like this rant ends with, you might be a fish.
I don't think Miles Sanders is like a core play, but I'm not going to like exclude him.
Pace down game, team still with 3 running backs, some negative coach speak against him.
Oh yeah, he's not hitting the right holes.
Yeah,
coaches are so dumb.
I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah, and OJ Howard's going to have some balls thrown his way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
No, some balls. He's going to have the balls come his way, I think.
I forgot to say come. My bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we've got some other guys. Philip Lindsay, another low price guy. Anybody like Philip Lindsay? No, from Peter.
Big time no.
No. Tuttle.
David likes these.
I'd rather play Tony Pollard, I think.
The one guy I'll throw out if you do want to get cute, like outside of the 7,500 and lower range, is Kerryon Johnson. Now that CJ Anderson got released, that should free up the goal line work for him, and he's still probably going to lose a little passing work to Ty Johnson. But unless you're a believer in Paul Perkins, this is a nice boost for his value. And if we like this game in general, Kerryon Johnson's probably as cute as I'm willing to get at running back.
Tuttle really loves another kind of cute.
Yeah, right. He's very, very cute.
Yeah,
and he's very, very old. And if you're playing somebody in the low 4Ks,
don't.
If you're playing somebody in the low 4Ks, you're playing Frank Gore.
Someone touted it. I thought we were gonna get through a whole show with no one bringing up Frank Gore, but it happened.
I personally hate 20 touchbacks against the Bengals too.
Can we get the guaranteed Adrian Peterson plus Frank Gore over 50 touches?
It looks like somebody as bad as Chris Carson. No, he didn't even have a good game against them. He had a good receiving game.
All right.
But yeah.
No, Gore's fine. He's going to get 20 touches if he scores.
Honestly,
he probably gets.
You would say something else, Tuttle. I thought you were going with another player.
When you said really attractive, it was obviously going to be Frank Gore.
I know, but you know how my hair looks so good? You were commenting before the show
about the barber.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is the speculation. Davis pointed out to me before that Jones got banged up on his second carry or something. He had
a 12-yard run and kind of like limped off and did not come back in the game.
I still think that he didn't come back at all. Was the speculation?
He played 7 snaps, didn't come back at all after the 12-yard run. Haven't seen it tweeted from any official Bucs reporter, but I was watching the game.
He's not on the injury report. Wasn't that? So this could be a spot to fade speculation. For what it's worth, I don't think Barber's really in play this week. But I will say we all hate this Tampa Bay backfield because of Dirk Cutter. We don't hate it because of Bruce Arians. There is a new coach. There is a potential where this was actually a thing, where Barber will see, not necessarily, I wouldn't guess as commanding of a backfield role as last week, but there is a thing that he's the favorite in this backfield right now. That's a possibility, and we're all just brushing it off because Dirk Cutter was an asshole for 2 or 3 years or whatever it was. So I think
the
it's
thing
something
is
to keep
that
an eye on,
Barber sucks because he's still not playing any passing downs. Dare Ogunbowale is still playing all the passing downs.
Yep.
All right.
And I do want to go back because I know I had some Ronald Jones shares in prime time. I was suckered in by the rap tweet that Jones was
yeah. He made himself some enemies.
Yeah, me being one of those. So I was keeping an eye on him, and I do remember the 12-yard carry, but that 12-yard carry was like in the third quarter. And so it's not like he didn't get any action until
he still wasn't like the primary guy.
Exactly. Yeah. He didn't get to the field until I think it was the third possession it was his first snaps. And he barely saw any first half action anyway. So it's not like, yeah. Anyways, monitor it going forward. He's probably not in play this week, but if you want
the most famous 12-yard run in the history of this Swolecast.
Peter, what flavor are you going with?
I was literally just going to pull Tuttle for which one I should do. Orange, grapefruit, or lime here, Tuttle. I need the second best one.
I'll go lime, I guess.
All right.
I mean, like I said, it goes downhill fast.
Are those cold or are those warm?
No, they're cold. I pulled them out of the fridge right before showtime. Just a little production trick for everybody at home there.
So an hour ago then.
It's better if you just get up in the middle of the broadcast.
It's better to just get up. Yeah, definitely.
No, they're like a Coors Light. They got the frost brew liner, dude. We are good to go.
All right, whatever.
Drove Tuttle's back, baby.
Tuttle tried to act like it was a one-time thing. He secretly really loves those Trulies. All right.
He's getting so jealous.
Davis, let's play a game. Marlon Mack misses time, and Jordan Wilkins is 3.5K against the Falcons. Do you play him, yes or no?
Pineapple. I haven't tried this one yet.
Probably no, but also Marlon Mack is fine.
You think he's fine?
Yeah, he said he was like the report that I read was that he was like laughing and joking with reporters about the fact that the team gave him a walking boot.
Oh, so.
I don't know. I grabbed Jordan Wilkins for $1 in the Fantasy Football Players Championship main event, so I hope Marlon Mack just decides to take a little rest.
So you think Marlon Mack is going to play because he was joking around with reporters?
I have not heard anyone speculate that he has a serious injury at the moment.
Well, you know he missed practice again today. He hasn't practiced his whole week.
Well, buddy, let's get him on the bench. Let's get him healthy. I think it's really important for him to get healthy.
All right.
I would play some Jordan Wilkins on DraftKings for sure if Marlon Mack is inactive.
3.5K. Peter, would you play him?
No, I think I'm probably worried about Hines mixing in there, and I don't know,
right.
I'd rather play Miles Sanders if I'm going to do that.
All right. Let's go to wide receiver. Let's talk about this Philly situation first.
High T plays, low T plays. Pretty clear. Do you want to be a beta or an alpha, David?
You tell me.
Arcega Whiteside is very clearly JJ Arcega.
There we go.
Say it right,
JJ
Respect
Arcega.
the name.
Get it, Davis.
You guys stepped on my joke. Ugh.
Davis, take the scrunchie out of your hair, unfurl the hair, say Arcega, and flip the hair, Davis.
Arcega Moss is what we call him in my household, and I like that's a guy I want to play, 3 to 5 times whatever his ownership projection is in tournaments, because I do think he has a lot of ceiling in a game where they're preparing for him to be the starter, because I think what it seems like they're doing is he's going to play the Alshon role.
That was a really good joke, by the way.
Oh, it's hilarious.
You guys, it would have been like a casual little haha, but you had to step all over it. I'm tilting.
Try the 3 commas next time in the joke, and maybe.
The problem is the 3 commas joke doesn't work on a live video cast. It's only a good Twitter joke.
David.
That's actually what you just said, Davis, is what I'd like a lot of keyboard warriors to realize, how their jokes don't translate to video form. Put yourself in front of the camera. Let's see how funny you assholes are.
Tell us how you really feel there.
All right. Wide receivers, DraftKings, NFL, FanDuel. Peter, who?
There are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
David was just spitting out words.
David was just like wide receivers,
NFL.
Like this is
FanDuel,
like
DraftKings, Yahoo.
That's like
Draft.
me typing in tags on articles on Roto Experts.
Dude, I remember when you used to do that on Fantasy Insiders.
Fantasy
I'd be like, Davis, why is this NFL article tagged with esports?
And it wasn't even tags. Davis would tag his own articles with Davis Mattek.
Dude, you always got to be conscious of the brand.
Sorry, I was looking at Lineup HQ and it says DraftKings NFL under site. So I was Ron Burgundy for a moment. Wide receivers, Peter, who you got?
On FanDuel?
FanDuel, DraftKings NFL,
general,
whatever you want to play.
Okay, cool.
Cool, great.
Good job,
That
Peter.
is when you know you're truly blitzed. He has a truly blitzed model. Okay, Tuttle, you take it.
My thing froze there for a second. Yeah, so.
All right, we'll throw it back to the mans.
No, I'll sit this one out.
Okay, wide receivers, DraftKings.
NFL.
NFL. We are talking about football.
If people were paying for this show, they'd be so tilted.
I do think that's why we've gotten some leniency on our comment section, as people are no longer paying.
My Venmo is open though.
The man 69 420, right?
All right.
Keenan Allen's going to be the absolute chalk on DraftKings.
Like 40% in tournaments?
Tournament pivots off him would be like Julio Jones, even Antonio Brown, same price range. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of actual ownership in this kind of price range between him and Larry Fitzgerald.
Smith-Schuster, Watkins, Evans, like just dudes with like 35-point ceilings who are going to be like 2% owned.
Yeah, I think you probably, looking at this closer, I think you probably do just want to smash that price range in tournaments because it's going to lead to unique builds. Otherwise, yeah, Fitzgerald, we talked about him. He's going to be chalk. Aguilar is going to be cash game chalk. I would not personally play anyone in this 5 to 4K range either. I think you could see somebody like Dusty Randall Cobb seeing some ownership.
Cobb is a good play.
He's not a good play. He's not a good play at 4,600. He's not.
He's a good play.
He's not a good play at 40.
Dallas is gonna shift things over the next couple weeks. They're gonna really trim back the average depth of target, and it's just gonna be a lot of Randall Cobb. It's gonna be a lot of quick throws. They're just gonna get in and out of these games. It's gonna be pretty efficient stuff from Dak, and Cobb's gonna be a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would focus on Randall Cobb too. I would try to get him the ball when I have Zeke and Amari Cooper on my team. So.
Running backs don't matter, bro.
Devin Smith is a better player than Randall Cobb this week on a point per dollar basis.
He's definitely a bet. Yeah, I don't have any disagreement. And
there's just no like. What's the reason to play Cobb? You're not playing him in cash games because you have cheaper options below him. You're not playing him in tournaments because he's Randall freaking Cobb.
Cobb might be the worst nomination so far on the 2019 Swolecast.
All right, give me Cobb versus someone. Give me a bet, Dan. I'll let you know if I like them more or less. But I would like to wager.
So exact same price range. Curtis Samuel. Who would you take?
In a one-off, I'd take Cobb. In a game sack, I'd take Samuel. I don't feel super strong about that one.
Oh my gosh.
What about Emmanuel Sanders for 200 more?
No, Sanders is better. So maybe I am wrong. Maybe I like guys around him more than I thought. But I still think Cobb is fine. Like Cobb. Probably going to be in my player pool.
Preston Williams outscores Cobb. I mean,
okay, yes. What can I get on that?
Davis was just reeling it in there, just trying to get David on the line.
What do you want? For it. You want 50 on that?
No, I'll take 25, but you got to give me 2 points. Just 2 points. That's all I ask.
I'll give you 1.5.
I said 2 points, Davis.
I'll give you here. Let me look up what Preston's projection is, and I'll tell you.
2 points, Davis.
Just give me 2 points. Stop being a beta.
You know what? I'll give you 1.8 points.
This is the saddest haggle I've ever seen over a $25 bet.
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2.
All right. I knew I could get you. You know why? Because you're a beta and I'm at the alpha.
Two, but it pushes a win for Davis.
Yep.
There we go. Pushes a win for me.
David said, yep.
All right. Julio versus Keenan Allen this week. Who you got, Davis?
Keenan and cash. Julio in tournaments. I don't think that, if you were a person who's willing to embrace volatility and, is not playing this for a living and is playing for life-changing money, I don't think that a bad idea would just be stone fading Keenan Allen in tournaments and then just loading up on Mike Evans, Smith-Schuster, and Julio Jones. And Chris Godwin.
DeAndre
Hopkins. And DeAndre Hopkins. And I really do think there are so many good wide receiver plays. Hopkins, Amari Cooper. Michael Thomas. Will Michael Thomas top 2% owned, Dan?
Probably not. Right around
Probably
there.
not. Teddy sucked last week, but a week of practice, Seattle's defense gave up 400 yards at home to Andy Dalton. Are we saying that an utter smash is not in Michael Thomas's range of outcomes? I don't think so.
Got burned so bad last week by Thomas and Kamara.
Well, welcome to the gang.
All right. Other wide receiver plays. Mike Evans?
Yeah. I want to play Mike Evans over Godwin in tournaments. He's cheaper. He's seen similar opportunity. He had 2 near touchdowns last week. You're going to get an ownership discount as well. I think Evans over Godwin easily in tournaments.
All right. Any other plays, Tuttle, you like at wide receiver?
It
just seems like so
John Brown.
Yeah.
He's cheap. He's the guy in that 5 to 7K range that I would have exposure to is John Brown.
Well, what are we going to talk about? Hardman and D-Rob?
Sure, go for it.
Well, I just think there's this really interesting scenario where those guys are just wide open, and we know that's a function of the offense. Like we've already tested the prior of what happens to the Kansas City offense without Tyreek Hill. They're fine. And I think it's very interesting that these dudes who just played 50 snaps with Patrick Mahomes and who just crushed on those snaps, that they're going to go back to being unowned. Like I think that if you were including Patrick Mahomes, I think that like the rule that I'm going to make is in Patrick Mahomes lineups, minimum 2 Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, but I'm going to include Demarcus Robinson and McCole Hardman in those groups.
Who did Kansas City play last week?
Imagine touting defenses mattering in 2019.
No. Answer the question, Davis.
The Raiders. This isn't going to change my analysis at all.
I know. I'm segueing. Who plays the Raiders this week?
I don't even. Oh, Minnesota.
A team that's going to pass it 10 times.
Yeah.
Steph Diggs is super cheap on DraftKings.
Yeah, and Thielen's super cheap on FanDuel, and Diggs is cheap on FanDuel as well. Like I think as far as GPP plays, choose one of those guys. Obviously, you got to pick one, but I think.
I mean, like Demarcus Robinson's price on FanDuel is absurd. I can't imagine a world where you play him over Stephon Diggs for the same price.
I can imagine that world. Kansas City might throw 4 times as many passes. That's an
overreaction. You're not playing a 6,700 Demarcus Robinson.
Well, the bottom line is that Peter said he couldn't imagine a world, and then Davis said he could imagine. Like it's Davis's world.
It's like, my world, bro.
Hey,
world.
I'm actually going to give a semi-valuable comment here.
Yeah.
Okay.
About Hardman. Remember when Hardman was going to lose snaps to DeAnthony Thomas last week?
Do you remember that?
DeAnthony Thomas was on the field for 4 offensive snaps.
Yeah.
Do you remember when McCole Hardman had a 72-yard touchdown called back because LaShawn McCoy is a loser?
He's so tilted. That would have actually allowed me to cash my main FanDuel tournament lineup too. That I missed I missed the cash lines by 3 to 5 points with Ben Roethlisberger.
So sad.
It was a tilting week.
All right, let's move on to building a FanDuel lineup, and then we'll talk about tight end. So, Davis, if you could open up FanDuel and figure out what your login is.
Bro, I got it open.
He's going to pull the Silva and just randomly pick guys not knowing the pricing.
What's Bird's price?
I bet he's pretty cheap on FanDuel.
We needed someone to serve that purpose.
No, but Silva was all about FanDuel.
Actually, yeah, that's the other way.
It was the opposite DraftKings. He didn't.
DraftKings.
I mean, I'm still saying we needed someone to serve the purpose.
Yeah.
The best was when Silva was just always playing the Thursday to Monday slates exclusively, and like all of his plays were Thursday and Monday. The main slate. So.
All right. Davis, you can go ahead and start.
Well, we played the loser Panthers quarterback on the other team, so we're gonna play Kyler on FanDuel.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Daniel Jones.
Dude, he is cheap.
Kyler is actually really cheap on.
Dude, what? He is
FanDuel
the same
too.
price as Kirk Cousins. This is the most absurd thing I've ever seen.
All right, Tuttle.
I'm just gonna go chalk then.
No, go Kirk instead of Fitz.
No, Fitz is so much better option.
He's so cheap. He's 5,900.
Old man Fitz, 5,900. I wrote it up on the expert survey. Guess the size advantage Fitz is going to have on slot quarterback.
He's like 40 pounds heavier or something crazy.
Yeah. Elliott's like 5'10", 176. Fitz is 6'3", 218. Elliott so far this year, he hasn't been used that much because they didn't face who did they play last week? The Bucs didn't run a whole lot of 3 wide receiver sets against them, so he wasn't used a whole lot last week. But he's allowed a reception on all 6 targets so far this season. Not a very good cover corner, so Fitz is going to eat.
Hey, Tuttle, $25. You give me Kirk and 2 points versus your Fitz.
I don't know, 1.15.
Let me see what projection you got. All right, Peter, who you got?
So because I'm just going to stop myself from putting Cardinals in lineups, and a wide receiver we haven't talked about that I like a lot this week is Kenny Golladay. So I'm going to put him in here.
Okay.
Golladay. Celebrate.
I'm not sure where you're going with that.
You've never heard Holiday Celebrate before? Golladay Celebrate. Oh my God.
How does that
Who
song
you got,
go?
Dave?
Peter, how's that song go?
Well, I thought he was doing the Green Day, like, on holiday.
That would have been a good one.
I thought he was just like, it's time to come together. I thought he was doing that.
Holiday.
Oh,
Celebrate.
Okay, now I get it. But
Golladay.
you gotta go like hype.
Celebrate.
like-
My bad. Okay. All right, my bad. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Holiday. All right. Good gracious. I will go, let's see, FanDuel NFL. I will go with Travis Kelce at the tight end spot. All right. Davis?
Dude, what are these prices on FanDuel? They seem absurd.
Okay. Welcome, Davis.
Okay,
Welcome
let's
to
go.
FanDuel.
I'm like scrolling and trying to find Austin Eckler. Amazing, 7,600. Lock that in. We all good with that?
Yep. I'm good with that.
I had to truly burp.
I mean, like, who's doing this price is that George Kittle is 6,600.
Yeah, Kittle's awesome play on FanDuel.
Let's do both.
Yeah, let's not.
All right.
I gotta see someone like rerun the double tight end math. It's always been one of those things where it's like amazing leverage, but always like not a winning lineup.
All right, Tuttle, who you got?
Yeah, about that.
Peter, who do you have?
We need to bring it back with someone in this Cardinals game. We did DJ Moore in the other one. To Davis's chagrin, I'm going to take Curtis Samuel at 5,800.
He's cheap enough.
He's fine.
I love how we've done 2 stacks from this game with no Demir Bird.
He's awesome on DraftKings.
Yeah. All right, Tuttle, we need a running back and a flex and a defense.
Running back. Celebrate.
It's almost like you could sing anything.
I'm just gonna go Zeke. What the heck?
What the
not?
heck, flex?
We got 6,100 left for a flex. Well, sorry, I locked in a $3,600 defense already.
Yeah.
Do they rhyme with Indianapolis Bolts?
They do.
Okay.
Schmindianapolis Schmoltz, I prefer.
Wouldn't you want to go with the Seattle Seahawks?
JJ Arcega-Whiteside stacked with the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, Seahawks are $200 cheaper.
And then you can play. Mecole Hardman. There you go. Rhymes with Schmeecole.
All right. Tight ends. How chalky is Zach Ertz going to be this week, Tuttle?
Depends on the site. I don't think he'll be like uber chalk. I think Kittle will take some ownership away from him on FanDuel. DraftKings, yeah, he'll be chalk. I don't know though. A lot of the builds that we were looking at needed a cheap tight end as well. So yeah, he's an awesome play. I don't think he's going to be all that chalky. That could be a bad take. we have him. Let's see, DraftKings. We have him at 10%. So yeah, not all that chalky.
All right. I mean, the problem is there's not a lot of cheap tight ends. So you kind of have to spend up for some
a safety net, especially like in cash games.
I really, really think we need a cheap tight end somehow. Someone's got to sit. Someone needs to unexpectedly not practice on Friday because a cheap tight end really just ties it all in a neat little bow on DraftKings.
Davis, would you go Kittle or Ertz on DK?
Kittle. I mean, Kittle's just a man. I don't know. He's just so good. I know Ertz probably will have the better projection, but Kittle is better. I don't know. That's my analysis. Kittle just is a better player.
I got your cheap tight end if you're playing those Thursday through Monday slates.
Oh, good.
Dude, you got any of that Thursday through Monday action, bro?
Give it to us, Tuttle. We need it.
Dude, I need the
Demetrius Harris, anybody?
Oh, yeah, the new starting tight end in Cleveland.
He's 2,500 on DraftKings. I think main slate, you do actually have a guy under 3K that runs a lot of routes. He's, I believe, 6th most routes run out of tight end so far this season.
Noah.
Rhymes with Shmoa.
Yeah. I mean, he's still splitting a lot of time with Howerman, right?
Yeah, but he's running routes, man. He's getting out there. Getting some exercise. Has 4 targets each of the last 2 games. I do think he's like
all right,
semi-playable.
Let me throw out the 4th highest team total in the slate. The Tampa Bay Bucks.
Uh-oh, here we go.
O.J. Howard has been abysmal, right? Not even a target last week. But he is under 4K this week at 3,800.
I mean, he's a good play.
Against the Giants. And again, 4th highest team total. Like if there was a week for him to get right, for him to, for balls to come his way, like this is the week.
Yo.
3,800 O.J. Howard. Are you with me, Peter?
Yes, I want to be with you, Dave. I will hold your hand. I will jump off this cliff and we will die together.
Yo.
OJ for life.
I think Tuttle just had like a giant epiphany he's about to drop on us.
Marshawn Lynch is playing.
Yo.
Dude, is Marshawn Lynch active? Is he active or what?
Tuttle, what happened?
You guys, is it going to be Robert Tonyan season?
Who?
Robert Tonyan season?
Is Jimmy Graham hurt?
Yeah, he popped up groin, didn't practice with a groin injury Thursday. They promoted another tight end to their 53-man, which typically does not bode well. Tonyan, I believe, would come in and pretty much take Graham's snaps as the pass catching tight end, and Mercedes Lewis would probably stay right around the same.
Yeah. I'll throw one more out here in this cheap range. Austin Hooper at 3,600. Colts have allowed the most receiving yards to tight ends so far. I know small sample size, but they've been pretty good against wide receivers. Maybe a little funnel emerging there. So you could do worse than Austin Hooper.
All right. What about Mark Andrews at 4,600?
I think it's game stacks only. I think you just do the key with him where you just do exactly one Lamar Jackson if Mark Andrews or the other way where you go Lamar Jackson. The rule I'm making will be any Lamar Jackson is minimum 1 Marquise Brown, Mark Andrews.
I think Andrews is going to be the heavy owned tight end that you have to fade.
Really?
The Waller from last week?
In tournaments. He's going to be heavily owned. I mean, look what he's done the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, but his price is also not what it was. I mean, I agree.
He's not like overly expensive.
Right, but maybe if Philadelphia didn't have one receiver, I just think Ertz is going to take a lot. Ertz, Kittle, Ingram, O.J. Howard. I mean, I think it's going to be spread out.
Yeah, but have you looked at Ertz's game logs and have you looked at Andrew's game logs, David?
You're saying the fish will play the game logs.
Actually, yeah, pretty much is what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay. Any other tight end takes before we move on?
You can throw Greg Olsen in your Cardinals.
Yeah, totally.
Stacks.
I mean, if you want their best receiver.
Well, if I'm gonna tout Randall Cobb, I gotta tout $3,700 Jason Witten, right? I officially mentioned someone older than Frank Gore on the show.
Davis, were you the one last week on the Monday night slate that was trying to defend O.J. Howard versus It was Olsen versus OJ Howard on DraftKings. They were like the same price, right?
I didn't play either one of those guys last week.
In Showdown. Maybe it was somebody else.
Oh no, that was our douche chat that we have in the old. I don't want to name names, but someone said that OJ Howard should be the captain.
The cardio captain.
Speaking of captains, I mean Adam Humphries for tonight's game.
All right.
Probably should just captain him. Win all the money.
Hopefully people will be watching this during the game. It's definitely coming out after the game starts.
After Adam Humphries' 11th reception and second touchdown.
Now you know how the secret sauce is made. All right, Tuttle, we're going to get to you with a Tuttle's terrible take. So you've got 30 seconds to come up with one.
Adam Humphries.
Is Frank Gore your terrible take?
Adam Humphries. Can I do that?
No, you can't. Davis, final thoughts.
Just try and get off of some of these massive chalk spots in tournaments. So, I think an easy way to do that is playing Saquon Barkley. I think an easy way to do that is playing, some guys who don't even have great projections, but, have a lot of touch upside. James Conner. I think it's reasonable to play some Alvin Kamara lineups. And then at wide receiver, it's legitimately simple. You just play Amari Cooper, Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, Juju Smith-Schuster, Sammy Watkins, Mike Evans instead of Keenan Allen.
I like the Saquon call. We didn't really talk too much about it, but he's been
unplayable so far.
Last week he wasn't unplayable.
I'm certain he was not he wasn't on tournament winning teams last week with 25. He's too expensive.
Okay. You're saying playable versus did he win a tournament?
Well, you would never play him in cash at that salary, and you also DraftKings is doing this really weird thing where they're making him $1,000 more expensive than all the other running backs. That's how it was last week. It's not that case. It's not that way this week, but it just is kind of a weird thing where even with 25, he was not close to an optimal lineup.
All right. Peter, final thoughts from you?
Load up on the Cardinals. This offense is going to the moon. I will sign off on everything short of Max Williams. You can just go down the depth chart. I will sign off on every play before Max Williams. It's go time.
All right. Tuttle's terrible take.
Oh shoot, I was supposed to be looking for that, wasn't I?
Oh my gosh. I literally went.
We went around the circle for you.
The table when someone
I didn't know if Deshaun or not Deshaun. Okay, Deshaun Hamilton. There we go. Tuttle's terrible take.
That is terrible.
He's gonna dust Tremont Williams for.
How did you possibly was that the first name you saw when you clicked open the DraftKings screen?
I will not reveal my methods.
Tuttle, are you gonna have a Flacco, Noah Fant, Deshaun Hamilton team?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
All right.
I'm not gonna say play Deshaun Hamilton in any lineup whatsoever.
In any contest.
But I will say he's gonna score a touchdown.
All right, and people have been just begging me for my third lock of the week.
Oh, the soccer tout,
Let's just roll with it. In no world should the Buffalo Bills be 6-point favorites. Right now they are over the Bengals. I just do not think. I think they played two very bad teams the first 2 weeks, and they might play another bad team in the Bengals, but Bengals are going to cover +6. So that's the Soccer Dad's sexy pick of the week on the Swolecast. So that will do it for the Swolecast. Special thanks to Davis Mattek, Dan Gaspar, Mr. 05, and Peter. Peter, I'm expecting you to smash those together right now and drink them Stone Cold style. All right. Also, shout out to Peter's internet connection. You are the true Evan Silva this week. Thank you. So that will do it for the Week 3 Swolecast. We'll catch you next week, Week 4, here on RotoGrinders.com.